Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, episode 55. It's the Game Week 12 review. The final international break of the year is behind us. It's now Family Fantasy Football League all the way through till March, which is the next time we'll have an international break and 2 weeks without Premier League football. So we can now focus on the Family Fantasy Football League. And 4 managers went into the transfer market in Game Week 12. Actually, 1 manager went into the transfer market during the international break. And then 4 managers went into the transfer market in Game Week 12. One of them playing not 1, but 2 tactical gambits. One of our debut managers making excellent use of the tactical gambits. Spent £5 million on a wildcard tactical gambit, which allowed him to make multiple transfers in a single week without any points deductions. And he also spent £5 million on an Oi is Mine tactical gambit, which allowed one of his transfers to bring in a player, despite that player already being part of another Family Fantasy Football League team. So here are this week's Banter in the Box, Game Week 12 winners and losers, and we have a manager of the season update. So your Game Week 12 winners, there are 4 of them. Take a bow. Napoli manager Lee Poulter, he was a Game Week 11 winner and he's a Game Week 12 winner, climbed 2 places in Game Week 12 up to 15th in the table on the back of a personal highest weekly total. And 15th is the highest position Lee has occupied since the 21st of January this year. Take a bow. I've got a life manager Mops Hoxby, climbed 1 place to 14th, also on the back of a personal highest weekly total. And 14th is the highest position Mops has occupied since Game Week 5. Take a bow, also the number 1 rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, Arden Diamonds. He's still in this title race. Climbed 1 place to 7th on the back of a personal highest weekly total. And 7th is the highest position that Homer has occupied since Game Week 4. And take a bow, Pops Hoxby stayed 5th in the table, but did get a personal highest weekly total of 89 points, and that was enough to get Pops his first weekly win of the season. So they are your Game Week 12 weekly winners. And your Game Week 12 losers, hide your head in shame, Ted and Sam Juniors. The biggest fallers this week, down 4 places to 17th. And believe it or not, in all of Ian's many years in the Family Fantasy Football League, he has never ever before been as low as 17th in the table. That's his lowest position ever. Hide your head in shame as well. Never the Boys manager Jack Hoxby, falling 1 place to 21st this week. And that's the lowest position Jack has occupied since the 15th of April. Hide your head in shame. Also, Finger in Ho Rangers manager Ryan Leslie Perrin. He fell 3 places to 22nd this week. And that is the lowest position that Ryan has occupied since the 15th of April. Hide your head in shame. Jimmy S's under 11s, James Appley, the joint lowest scorers this week with just 20 points, meant they stayed 28th in the table. And AFC Razor was the other joint lowest scorers with just 20 points in Game Week 12. And that is now 10 consecutive weeks propping up the Family Fantasy Football League table. So they are your Game Week 12 losers. Now, who the fuck is that? Was a 2-point answer in the last episode. In order to get the 2 points, you had to name both Family Fantasy Football League managers pictured there. You didn't get a point if you got one of them right. Only 2 managers had a guess. Hatch United manager Neil Hatch thought that was a picture of Megan Hoxley-Chamberlain and yours truly. I can tell you, Neil. Actually, I won't tell you yet. Benny United manager Mark Benwell, currently leading the manager of the season table, thought that was a picture of Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby with yours truly. Well, I can tell you, Neil and Mark, neither of those guesses were correct. And as it's been a very quiet couple of weeks off the pitch, no banter being sent to me, nothing interesting happening that I'm aware of. There's no change in the manager of the season table. It is still Benny United out in front on 14 points, just 1 point ahead of Neil Hatch in second. And they seem to be the only two people chasing that manager of the season prize, which is £15 million to spend on tactical gambits next season. Simon Hoxby in third place on 7 points, and then there's a whole clutch of people below those two. So no one got the who the fuck is that question, so we're rolling it over. It's now worth 4 manager of the season points, but to get the 4 points you need to tell me both of the managers pictured there. You don't get any points for just telling me one of them correctly. Okay, that's it for this week, guys. I'll see you next week. Until then, take care. Bye bye.